Welcome back to our second episode of Pickleball, the fastest growing sport. And I am so happy to have here Marie Abou back to talk about pickleball. Unfortunately, Scott couldn't be with us today, but Marie, you're here. So let's get back into what's going on with pickleball and since our last show, let's talk about some new things. What's going on?
Well, I don't know if you know, like in the community, what's going on. Diadem bought out some space in South Dade. So there's going to be, I believe, 9 indoor courts and some outdoor courts in Palmetto Bay. So people are very excited about that. And they also purchased where SA is on 72nd Street on Sunset. And there's going to be new facilities there as well. So there's just more and more locations to play, which is awesome.
Amazing.
It just keeps growing, like you say.
But we need some indoor courts. We
We
can't
do.
play now in the summer.
We
It's
do.
too hot.
It's very hot. So I used to play in a league at Royal Harbor Yacht Club, Lob Island, we call it. And we call it that because his name is Jeff Epstein. So of course,
Knew you were going to say that.
so of course we call him Jeff Lob because he likes to lob. So we play over there on Saturday mornings, but now they're complaining about the noise. And we've been in this little league. It's a makeshift league. It's super fun. I mean, you know, we tally scores and everybody plays very fairly. And so now we moved it to SA, and it just started 2 weeks ago, and it's boiling hot, but we're having a good time. We're just, hanging in there.
And I love that you're playing at SA because that's where I started playing, and it's great. And rumor has it they're going to be putting in some
Correct.
courts.
Diadem also bought them, is what I heard, and that
Okay.
they're also going to be putting in indoor courts. That was where I played my first tournament. My hand was shaking, like shake, and I don't really get nervous. I don't get nervous anymore. It's normal to have some adrenaline pumping through your veins, but this was like traumatizing. Like Joni asked me, "Hey, you want to play?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I had no idea. And my hand was like this. It was horrible. That's my SA experience. But now it's gotten better. So what else is going on? Well, Lifetime had a 1-point slam. And I came in second place with the women's and came in first place in the mixed. And the concept was brought over from, I believe, the Australian Open, where they were doing all these different mixed round robins, and you just have to play up to one. First person to get 1 point wins. So if you're serving and you hit a great serve, it's over. But if you never score when you're serving, you keep going back and forth. And then it was a round robin of 1 point. It was so fun. We had a great time. And my partner and I, Anthony, came in first. It was really cool.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, well let's talk a little bit about you. Let's find out about you because I don't think we know anything about Marie except for pickleball.
Ooh, just pickleball. That's all I talk about.
So tell us about you and what you do as a side job or a real job.
No, my main business. I'm a marketer. I'm a brander. Image manager. Anything that has an image or a brand, or if you want to change something as simple as changing a logo to a full-fledged campaigns, that's what I do. I ran an agency for over 17 years. And then I had to close it for personal reasons. And my little sister was very ill. And then we decided, okay, I'm going to go and consult. That wasn't really exactly my cup of tea. Went in-house a couple times as VP of marketing and CMO jobs, and just started learning like the technology stack and the combination of marketing with technology and the impact that it has. So today, really my main focus besides image management would be experiential marketing and event management. Doesn't mean that I won't take on a typical client in the CMO world, but what I try to do is bring in accounts that really need their brand front and center. And how do you do that in today's day that's filled with AI, RPM, OCR, all these great advancements which are there to help us, but sometimes people are like, oh, I was going to hire her for a logo, but this one's good enough. It's diminishing a little bit of the creative process because they're taking whatever AI will spit out. But if you use AI correctly with the right prompts and what have you, you could really use it to your advantage as a marketer. But in my opinion, you can't take away the face-to-face feeling of an event production, of you getting dressed up, going to an event and seeing this brand represented in a variety of ways. Most polite people will send an email saying, thank you so much, the event was amazing, or I really love how you did XYZ. So it's incorporating a little bit of AI with that human touch, with that human nature, with that human experience, where I think it's going to give the most impact.
You know, it's funny you talk about AI, and that's something that, you know, we're all using a lot of. I
Yes.
use it all the time. It's like my life. And being in marketing here as well, sometimes we use AI to do artwork for our clients.
Sure.
And you have to be careful that you want to be creative, but you want to still have that human touch. But we do need to move more towards technology, towards the AI types of marketing.
Correct.
That's, you know,
It's like, for example, I can take a look at an ad or a social media post and know right away, oh, they used AI. And it's not a bad thing, but it looks that way. It looks artificial, right? Where I think things like these avenues of, you know, podcasts, webinars, experiential marketing, event marketing, you still have the human touch. You're listening to the words. You're having a contact. You're giving somebody a hug. Oh, I walked in the door today. And obviously I see Grant, who, you know, because his office is right there when I walk
Grant is
in.
all over.
He has a Hialeah t-shirt on. I go, how do you know about Hialeah? And so we start talking about, and he, of course, he's like a historian. He's like a Paul George of the community. He knows everything about Hialeah and how it started and why this is called Palm Avenue. And then I look at this gentleman to my right and I'm like, he looks so familiar, but I don't know. And I kept saying, you look familiar. And I said, what's your name? He said, Harry. I said, are you Harry Gottlieb? He goes, yes. I said, oh my God. I'm like, it's Marie Fernandez. I was on the board of the Coconut Grove Chamber of Commerce back in my 20s. So only 5 years ago. No, I'm kidding. And we end up in this great exchange. So he gives me his card. He's like, what are you here for? I said, well, you know, I'm here to talk about pickleball. He's like, I love pickleball. Harry Gottlieb. I mean, I haven't seen him in probably 25 years, you know. And we end up talking about pickleball, and he says he tells me he plays in South Miami. So I really believe that it is such a fiber of our community, this sport, you know. I mean, there's nobody here except Harry. Haven't seen him in 25 years, and he says he plays pickleball. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You can't make this up, you know. And of course, you guys having the community in your name, you know, and having that outlet of pickleball being the thread of that community is huge, you know? So it ties into what people are looking to do. They want to build network. They want to build community.
Exactly. You mentioned, I think I mentioned this to you earlier, doing events. I know you do events.
Yes.
I work with a lot of nonprofit organizations, and this is a wonderful way to do events for them to raise money for their nonprofit. We did one last year. We're doing it again this year to fight opioids. And it was their first time. We made a few $1,000s. You played in the tournament.
I played in it.
It
I
was
won.
at the Dink. Yes, you did.
Joan and I won. I had just gotten off a plane. I was jet lagged.
Right.
And somehow just, you know, it was a nice tournament. It was well run, and it was a beautiful day.
So they made close to $3,000.
Great.
It was great. So to do that type of thing, our pickleball community, they're going to come out.
Sure.
They're going to pay to play because it's the competition. I think that's something we should create more and do more for a lot of these up and coming nonprofits or even the big ones.
So with nonprofits, the thing is they're looking for two things. They're either looking for volunteers or they're looking for donations. Correct. You know, sometimes they don't have the means to really structure something, but there's, you know, between paddle, pickleball, or what have you, you could do, you could create experiences where you tie the nonprofit to it, or they become a sponsor of a bigger one, if that's what they want to do as well. And with nonprofit, you don't charge them and so forth. But, nonprofits, the big ones do a lot of galas. Those are very fun to execute. And then there's offshoot events. But like I'm putting together a celebrity pickleball tournament in February at the Biltmore. That should be super fun. And that's going to be a boatload of work. But, those...
Can you have non-celebrities playing it?
Probably not. But you can help me, so you can meet
I'll
some
help.
of the celebrities.
Yes.
But it's something where people will always want to come out and be a part of it, especially for nonprofits. I have people that run organizations that say we need help with for firefighters, we need help for Alzheimer's,
right.
whatever,
exactly.
whatever.
That's what I work with. Yes,
that's super important, because you're going to get behind it. It's just a backdoor approach to really getting the name out there, and then people will say, "I am playing in this tournament. The cause is X." I think there's been a lot of them lately, actually.
Do you find that because you do events and you do a lot of this, that you're now doing more events with pickleball?
Well, yes and no. I mean, as far as like this big celebrity one will be a big deal, that's a different ball game, if you will. But the other ones, you do it more for just the love of the sport, and because you want to help the charity. The charities have hard times. They don't have huge budgets. But then that might lead to something else. Like Centro Mater, they did. I don't know if you know who they are. They're pretty big with the schools and the young kids, and it was the first time they did it a couple years ago. It went very well, so they did their second annual, and then they're going to be in their third annual in January. So to them, they do it once a year because it's fairly large, and they do it at Miccosukee. So it just depends how big they want it to be, how impactful, and the logistics of it takes a lot of time too. So. Do they have the budget to pay a person to put it together? Right. That's kind of, but you work those things out. You work them out.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's get back to a little bit of pickleball. You had mentioned something. What is the duper sect? Or
the duper reset was something that happened, I believe, mid-March through mid-May, where you were allowed to reset your duper down to 0.
And just for the audience, for anyone that's watching, so to explain what duper is, that is where you get rated. You get rated based on how you play.
Your skill level.
And your skill level.
Right.
Okay.
So basically there's beginner, there's intermediate, and advanced. And then what happens is if you're in a certain open play, they'll put you together with people in your bracket. So therefore you're not playing with a beginner, or a beginner's not feeling intimidated playing against an advanced person and they can't hit one ball back. You know what I mean? So it's just a fair rating system. I think tennis has something similar. And so then Duper did a reset from mid-March to mid-May, where you were able to, they would put your reliability all the way down to 0. And then you're starting from your base. So let's just say you're a 3.5, and then you're starting with that, but reliability is 0. So you got a chance to play in tournaments because you think you're probably better, right? Everyone thinks they're better than their Duper. Right. Everyone.
But some people want to play in a tournament with people that are not dupered where they should be, so that they can win.
Yeah, that's called sandbagging.
Right.
You could do that. It won't help your duper too much.
Right.
If you want your duper to increase, you want to play against people that are at your level or even better.
Right.
So, for example, a bunch of us from the gym went over to Epic at Sawgrass. They have a place called Epic Athletic Club. It's all indoor. It's amazing. They took over the old Century 21 space, which was huge. God. By the way, Century 21 was awesome in New York and great here, but I guess they closed after COVID. And they built, I don't know how many, it looks probably like 15 indoor pickleball courts plus padel in the middle. And the tournament was tough. I'm not going to lie. It was really hard. So a lot of us from the gym, they said, well, we're going to go play 4 or 5 and above. Because even if you score a couple points on them, your duper can still go up.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go into 4-0 level, and Diego and I got silver. It was fun. Yeah, it was hard.
Good. Yeah.
It was good. It was the team that beat us in the finals, we had beat them 11-7. And then they came back out for blood in the finals and they beat us like 11-3 or something terrible. But we got silver. We were the only ones that came home with a medal. We were like, hey, driving home, going, yeah, we did something. But and that place is great if you haven't seen it. Epic.
I haven't.
It's wonderful.
So this is in
very good level.
Sawgrass. Okay.
In Sawgrass Mills. Supposedly Dolphin Mall's also going to have some new indoor pickleball courts. See, remember, people don't go to the malls as much anymore. Why? Because you have Amazon.
Right.
You have online purchasing, you know? I mean, it starts from Zappos for shoes all the way to Tennis Express.
Wasn't Dick's supposed to be that was supposed to be indoor pickleball?
Somebody said that. I never heard it confirmed, but no, Dick's stayed Dick's. They just remodeled and made it amazing. I haven't been inside. Heard it's great.
It's great. But or even the one in where Bed Bath & Beyond was. That's
where I heard there was supposed to be.
That was supposed to be, yes.
So I think the business model is awesome, but I think people are having some challenges making it profitable. Because at the end of the day, the question would be, how much are you willing to pay to have indoor pickleball?
Right.
Monthly? And is the business model profitable? How many, it's volume plus control and levels and everything else. So I don't know. I know that a friend of mine, Claudia, has a place called, I think, Outlaw, her and her husband over in Austin, which I've been wanting to get out there. Heard it's beautiful. And they're doing well. They're doing very well. So I think some places have made it. Some people haven't. You just got to, really work the numbers for it to be.
Yeah, it has to be profitable.
It has to make
as well.
sense. Like, for example, my son and I went to Sawgrass the other day before he went back up to school, and there was no one there at Epic during the day. It was empty.
And how many courts are there?
A lot. I don't know.
Do they serve refreshments and things like that?
Yeah, there's a little snack bar. You can. Their pro shop is pretty cool. They had nice gear. You could buy paddles there. They had padel paddles. They had pickleball. They had outfits. But again, how many protein bars are you going to sell for it to be profitable?
Exactly. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you also let's talk about etiquette on the court.
Sure.
Because I don't know about you, but lately when I'm playing, the other side is calling the ball good. Like they for sure saw it. And then at that point, you don't want to create a problem.
The out balls seem to be the majority of the fights. And, the scraps on the court is because of out balls. In that case, your partner, and it took me a while to understand this, your partner should really be watching where that ball is going because you're in the middle of a play. So let's say you get pulled out wide and you're going for the ball. You're looking at the ball, but you're also trying to balance and you're trying to figure out what you're going to do, what kind of play, how you're going to, are you going to do an ATP or are you just going to dink it over? So your partner's supposed to be calling the ball. Okay. The other side should never call it. Now.
Okay. What if my partner calls the ball
out?
Out.
It's out.
And it may not be out. And I looked at it differently.
Okay. So if you and your partner disagree, they get the point.
Okay.
Okay. So you cannot.
Is this pickleball rules?
That's a pickleball rule that I was taught was if your partner and you disagree, they get the point. Now, if both of you guys call it out, it's out. If you both call it in, it's in, or you don't say anything. But what happens is.
But the other side can't say, that ball was for sure in. I saw that
They
ball.
can't.
Because I see that all the time.
You're not supposed to. The thing is that there is times, for example, let's say you're playing on the left, I'm playing on the right, I get pulled out wide. The person in front of me really has a very good view. Your view's not the best. Okay, there's pickleball videos just showing you where the ball's going to land. So it depends on the perspective and the angle. They do have the best view. but it's your call. If you call it out, it's out. So that's why the partner has to watch. It used to be that when I was at the line and my partner's receiving the ball, I was looking straight ahead. I don't do that. I look back to see where did the serve land.
Right.
And did she hit a deep return or a short return? Because then I know what's coming.
Then you know which way.
Is it a drive or is it a drop?
Right.
You know?
Right. Exactly. And I think more of that needs to happen. Well, at least where I'm playing.
And you can't, and they can't just tell you, sorry, the ball was in.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't work that way.
Okay. What about people that are like just totally hitting it and slamming it at you?
Look, those are the bangers.
But
For
I'm
me,
saying I'm like right in the front.
Yep.
I'm literally in the front.
Yep.
They're there, and they're like they're slamming it at me. Like, don't hit me.
Right.
Hit below.
Well,
you know, and that's where I get like, oh my God.
Yeah. Well, what I notice a lot is if you're getting like almost bullied, like beat up on a lot at the line, your partner's probably setting it up incorrectly. Okay? Because you can only do so much if you're standing there like a lame duck and they stay back or they pop it up, they're going to come straight at you because you're just there. Because if they hit a smash, the other person can return it or reset it to give them time to get back to the line. So if you're at the line, they're going to smash it at you. So, I mean, also what you're saying is, you know, bangers, people that just bang, 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 bang. You know, one of my partners, Sandra, she's very strong. She's a driver where I'm more drop, dink, but she can drive it so hard that it's ungettable at times. You know, it's just not achievable to even get close to it. But when she went to play in the 4-5 tournament, she noticed, these people are they just block. So my tip to all the bangers, all the people playing against bangers, keep your paddle up at all times and block. Sometimes it's coming so hard that you don't need to swing it back.
But sometimes it's coming so hard that you're like, oh my God, like I get scared. So I'm like.
Are you wearing the safety glasses?
Yes, I am.
Me too. I got hit in the eye.
Did you really?
I got hit in the eye bad on court one I think Sandra was there, Bijan, this other guy, Carlitos. I have all these nicknames. Carlitos Way. I call him Bijan Freeze because he's always frozen. I'm like, Bijan, move. You know, like the dog Bijan Freeze. So I call him Unfreeze. You know, like move. And now he's more fluid on the court. He's excellent. He's getting super good. And Carlitos Way is also doing great. Everybody's doing great. Sister Slam, I call Sandra because she's a banger. So I got hit in the eye and I fell backwards. And
this was recently?
This was probably, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. And thank God you have a bone right here around your eye. So, and the pickleball's not felt like tennis felt, you know, like the fabric. So, but it still hit my lid and it was red for a while. I was freaking out. So, and of course I had the glasses in my bag. I'm like, why am I not wearing them? I'm so stupid, you know? And so now I never forget. And then some of the girls are like, yeah, I don't like how it looks. I'm like, do you think you're going to look cute without an eye? Because you're not. So anyway.
That is so true.
Yeah.
So true.
So, anyway, point is always wear your safety glasses.
Yeah. 100%.
It's just not worth it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And keep your paddle up and block.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, that's why we love the game, because whether you're a beginner, you're an intermediate, or you're an advanced player, you never know what's going to happen. You never know.
And that's what's so cool about this game is every day and the dynamic with different players it's different. Girls' games are different. Mixed games are different. Sometimes I play, it's all men, and it's completely different. And so what are you working on? Are you working on your drops? Are you working on your resets? Are you trying to drive?
But you know, it's funny when I watch the Ben Johns play and I watch them play, they go up there and they do their drop and they go really slow and they're dinking and they wait for that shot that they can, and then they're banging. They're banging until the point ends.
So
but they there's like a system.
the system works. There's nobody better than Ben Johns to reference for that. I mean, he's so fluid on that court, and the way his style and his movement. You know, I tell people, watch Pickleball TV and watch the feet. Just watch the feet for a few games. Then watch where their positioning is on the court. You know, it's people try to always go for the winner right away. And this is a game about finesse, about what I call suave. It's just, you know, get there, get to the kitchen, which I had a problem with for a long time. It took me a while to get there. Now I realize the game is there, and just keep it in play. You don't have to do the fancy shot. You don't have to get the corner. You don't have to do a smash. Keep it in play. And when the right opportunity is there, then you execute and put it away.
Right.
And I think that's the hugest mistake in the lower levels, is that they're trying to finish the point right away. They want to kill it. They want to look like the superstar. Well, guess what? It's easy to hit hard, but it's hard to hit easy.
Right.
Especially these guys. They come out and they just want to smoke everybody.
Right.
You know, I got a very strange compliment the other day that Coach Mario told me. He's like, oh, yeah, somebody met you the other day. So, you know, I don't really know if she's doing anything special, but she's very consistent and she gets everything. That's not a superstar, but I'm keeping it in play.
Well, you're consistent.
And consistency goes a long way in this sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would like to fix the part of she doesn't do anything special. But no, but it's interesting comments like that, you know, because then you'll start noticing as you start getting advanced, are people just hitting it, or are they using pickleball IQ?
Right.
Are they thinking about their shot?
Right.
Or are they just reacting? Like in life, are you being proactive or are you being reactive?
Right. Right. True.
You know?
So tell us, where's your next game? What's coming up? Any tournaments?
Tomorrow morning, we have Advanced Ladies League at Lifetime. Has been really fun because those are the kinds of games I love. Because you've got the third shot drops, you've got cross-court dings happening, you have some lobs, you have smashes, you have a full gamut of everything, which is super cool. So that's tomorrow, then Lob Island Saturday. There's a tournament on Sunday. I'm supposed to play in the mixed 4 and above, but nobody signed up yet for that level.
And where is this tournament?
At Lifetime.
Okay.
And we may not play. So I'm waiting to see if people sign up. And then... yeah, I might go to the MLP Chicago to support a friend's daughter.
Well, this is Scott Phan's event at the MLP.
Well, he's in the seniors.
Right.
I think it's called PPA Seniors.
Right.
Hasn't started yet. He just went to Kansas City and he started gelling with his team. He started having some team building activities. Right. I just spoke to him. Sorry he couldn't be here today. But he's very excited for that to come. And I was looking at the MLP that just happened in Grand Rapids. Do you know about the MLP, how it's teams and they switch you out and they can, you know, switch players and everything? And I'm super proud of Phoenix and what they did. Their outfits are awesome. And obviously I'm, you know, very happy and very proud of Alexa Scholl. She's, her team did great. I mean, they were ranked, I believe, next to last, and now they're probably somewhere around 12th. And she played very well, and so did her partner. I'm really proud of her.
That's awesome.
Local, homegrown, and we also have
yes.
We also have Carson or Kaysen, I think it's
Connor.
Well, Connor Poirier, I don't think is in the MLP.
Oh, he's not. Okay,
but he's great too.
Yeah.
Love him too. You don't remember the guy at Tropical that had that raggedy hat? Like that hat was old and white and full of holes, and it was his good luck hat. I want to say Kaysen. Anyway, he's in it too. So I love watching like these youngsters just kind of, you know, killing it.
My son just played a tournament in Naples, and a 14-year-old. The young ones are killing it, and that's just amazing.
It's
I love it.
So fun.
It's in the schools now, which is wonderful.
Well, it's funny. you bring that up. I ran into, again, this is all about community, and that's what I love about it. I ran into Tessie, who is a school teacher. She's a principal, actually, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not exactly sure, but she works at a school, and she brought pickleball to her school. And I hadn't seen her in a really long time, and now we were playing at Tropical the other day, and she tells me that, yeah, everybody donates paddles, all their old paddles to her.
It's wonderful.
And it's just awesome.
It's amazing. We got a couple seconds to wrap things up.
It's half an hour already?
I know. So tell us, well, you are teaching. So
Yes.
let's plug you, Pickleball Peeps.
Yes.
And tell us how we can reach you and find you.
Absolutely.
Got a couple seconds.
So you can Instagram on Pickle Peeps, the Pickle Peeps. And if you want lessons, I do lessons. I try to do 3-and-me. My sweet spot's really trying to get people like out of the 3-0 level to get to 3-5, maybe even 3-5 a little higher. But that's really my sweet spot. And we like to do it in groups, and we make it fun. We play music, and
I know. I was at one. It was
exactly.
great.
So, and you can always buy merch on thepicklepeeps.com as well.
Well, thanks, Marie,
Of
for being
course.
here.
Thank you for
And
having me.
We hope you'll join us in August for our next show, and Scott will be here, and we'll have more to talk about. Have a wonderful day.